shooting. We have a couple of those people with us right now, Michael Vistuto and Courtney Ortiz. And if you guys at home recognize these two, it may be because you recognize them from a viral photo that has been shared around the world many times now. And we have that photo now. If we can pop it up. You guys were at the festival all weekend long, Michael, clearly just having a good time. Just walk us through, before the chaos and the madness, you know, what it was like out there at the festival.
It was a good time beforehand. Everyone was really excited for Jason Aldean. We noticed that the crowd seemed to be more people there for Jason than the other performers.
Sure.
So it seemed a little bit more packed by the concert.
So, I mean, you know, typical like the other 22,000 people out there, just out there having a good time, enjoying some great music. And then something happened. Describe from your experience when you noticed, uh-oh, something's wrong here. Something terrible is wrong here.
When it went on and you first heard the gunshots, it sounded like fireworks. Everybody was saying, "There's fireworks. Where are they at?" Everyone was looking around, and Jason was still playing. So nobody really knew, and some people started to get hesitant and started to back up slowly when they couldn't spot the fireworks. And it wasn't until Jason Aldean left the stage and then all the lights went out to the stage, and it got really dark that everyone dropped to the ground and just kind of waited. And then the stage lights popped out onto everyone in the crowd. And I imagine it was so you could see the exits or whatever. Nothing was spoken. And that's when the gunshots started again.
So the gunman was waiting for those lights to kick on, it sounds like, so he could see where he was.
I imagine it was harder for him to see with all the lights out. But once they put the lights that were on top of the stage that faced the crowd, once those spotlights hit, you know, there was view of everybody, and that seems to be when it was just shot after shot after shot that came at that point.
And Courtney, once you realized what was actually happening and everybody around you realized what was happening, what was that scene like? If you can describe it for us.
Chaos. I mean, at one point I just started screaming, "This isn't real, this isn't real." And it was almost like a movie. Like I thought Michael had to slap me because, I mean, he didn't, but it was to that point. Like I was a mess. I didn't know what was going on. He threw me to the ground and he says, "This is real. We have to get out of here and we're not staying."
I think one of the reasons your post went viral is because you had some very sweet words about Michael that you're a hell of a man. You're a hell of a man.
I didn't do it.
You credit him for saving your life.
Absolutely, because I froze. I was with my family, my aunt, my uncle, and my cousin, and it was to the point of where I'm like, all I can see was my family. I can see my son, I can see his family, and like I said, he just said, pulled me to the ground, he says, "We're not gonna die." And he said, "When I say run, you run." And we did, and literally he saw this man trying to turn over an ice machine, and he looked like the Hulk. Literally threw it over, and he threw me over the fence, and he just started throwing other people over, and Michael just said, "Run, just run."
Well, Michael, you do look like the Hulk. You've clearly spent a little time in the gym, my man. Talk about, I think we all try to maybe think about how we would respond in a situation like that. Do you have time to even think, or are you just reacting?
For me, I was trying to survey and see where it was coming from so that I could figure out what I wanted to do. Everybody was saying take cover, lay down. Some people were saying play dead, they won't shoot you. But as the bullets were getting closer, we were near the bar area in the center, and as the bottles started breaking and you know everything was going off around us, I wasn't gonna let somebody come around and just pick at us one by one. And I told her we can't lay here. We have to go. And I just grabbed her hand, and I think I dragged her as fast as we could. And I thought her family was behind us. And unfortunately, they weren't. They stayed behind. They're all safe. But trying to get a hold of them afterwards was very difficult.
And you guys, we should mention this because it's the first I've heard of. You guys said all along the entire festival weekend, cell service was really bad.
Yeah.
And so when this was happening Sunday night, people were probably trying to call, text, or whatnot, and they weren't able to get through.
Reach anybody.
Yeah, that was the unfortunate part. If I went to the bathroom or if I went to go get something to drink, trying to find them or trying to get a hold of them to find out where they were located was difficult. The calls weren't going through, text messages weren't going through. And just afterwards trying to get a hold of her family, it became impossible. And it wasn't until they got out of the arena or the venue that we had service and were able to reach each other.
You guys have had, I don't know, roughly 36 hours or so to process this. Have you had a chance? Has it sunk in, or is it still too foggy? Is it still too soon?
I kind of feel like a zombie, like I'm just kind of going through life. Michael, I don't know if it's set in yet. He's literally just going about his day, like going to the gym, going to work, going to the grocery store, and me, all I want to do is just stay inside. Every noise I hear, I think something's wrong. Every person looks shady, and I know I shouldn't think like that, but unfortunately, that's the true reality of it.
Sure. And that's probably something you're going to have to deal with for a while. You two are engaged to be married. So on behalf of Fox 5, we wish you guys happy nuptials. You guys are a fantastic couple. And by the way, Michael here is a realtor for RE/MAX. He helped us buy our house here in the Valley. So I know Michael a little bit, at least from that. And he did a great job. So if you're looking to buy or sell a house, this is a cheap free plug for Michael. He'll do a great job for you. And he's just a good man as well, so he deserves a little love and support from the Valley. So thank you guys, thank you, Michael,
Thank you very much.
for being a brave man and doing what you did, and you as well, Courtney. Thank you
Thank you.
guys, and hope you guys can work yourselves through this and
Thank you.
come out on the other end okay. So thank you guys for coming in and sharing your story with us.
Appreciate it.